Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Barak Kadash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, faith, and power, and trust, and all credit to my heavenly Father, Yahweh, and my heavenly big brother, Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much for what you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of GMS, great millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching this truth and nothing but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Bashem Shah. Trying to put a spiritual bug in your Hebrew Israelites' ears, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, some of them Indians, and you speckled birds. And was a speckled bird that be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations, like for example, a Hebrew Israelite that look like a so-called white person, so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. Got some videos lined up on mostly control when it comes to digital, this digital system being set up, and freedom of speech, and saying you can't drive your old hoopties anymore. What was this in Minnesota? I guess they're banning or restricting you driving old vehicles in the state of Minnesota, and some other shit going on with Walmart. I don't know. I can't remember what was this video about. But anyway, it's a whole bunch of shit that's leading on to this oppression when it comes to the digital system, AI, and all that other crap. Ultimately leading down to that chip implant, and that's going to be the final phase or the final for control from Esau, even so-called white man, but he ain't white. He ran here, baby dick sucking Jewish faggot nigger, Amalek. Anyway, I'm gonna play these videos. I'm gonna get into the scripture, my best ability to say whatever I gotta say through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shema Shah, the Holy Spirit of Krahak Badash, Lord want to be on me. I get it. Wow.
So imagine walking into a Walmart, and not only are you being recorded on camera.
Oh, wrong video. I didn't want to play that. Actually, no, I was going ahead and play it. Screw it. Let me move it right here then. I'll just play it anyway.
So imagine walking into a Walmart, and not only are you being recorded on camera, because we already know that there's cameras practically everywhere, but now they have a new patent that they are reading your emotions. In fact, they have this patent, this is a real thing, and they are going to be using that to determine how happy or unhappy you are in the store, and probably some other things as well.
Walmart is not content with using facial recognition. They have a patent for emotional recognition. Because it's not enough to know who you are, it's not enough to know what you're looking at, but I need to know what you think about it as you're looking at it. And I wish I were making this up. They have a patent for emotional recognition to read the looks on people's faces and decide, does somebody look bored? Does somebody look happy? Do they look angry? I'm sure that will never be weaponized against us either.
So Walmart has announced by the end of this year, 2026, all 4,500 Walmarts will be shifting over to digital price tags. And that also means that Walmart will be involved in surge pricing, and more stores are starting to do this. So if you're unaware, digital price tags allow Walmart and other companies to slightly raise and lower prices depending on when you're shopping. When there's a lot of people.
And who you are is based on who you are, your profile, you're happy, sad, mad, whatever the fuck. Hell. It's all based on you. Oh, especially if you've been a good citizen and you got a good social credit score or some shit. Yeah.
People in the store, they will slightly raise prices, and when there's nobody there.
And probably if you're so-called black, Latino, Hispanic, Native Indian, or white, they'll either one, they'll raise the prices up for whatever reason.
They'll drop them back to normal again. This is being done in order to maximize
price tag, digital price tags with cameras in them.
Profit, because even a couple of cents here and there across the board with millions of people means lots of money. But with these digital price tags, they've also announced facial recognition technology to watch your face, and also emotional recognition technology. Yes, that is correct. Emotional recognition technology. So for instance, if you go down the cereal aisle and your kids start jumping and are super happy about a specific type of cereal, Walmart will see their emotion and they'll slightly raise prices because you like it. So yes. It's not just digital.
Well, I guess I'm good then. I guess I can just walk around looking all mad, and I'll be paying low prices. Low prices are always, as long as I always look mad at Walmart, I'll have low prices always. Shit.
Digital ID coupled with facial recognition and emotional recognition. That's where Walmart is headed. But don't worry, it'll be all stores coming up.
According to Google, Walmart has explored using AI-powered facial recognition cameras at checkout lines to scan shoppers' faces, aiming to detect dissatisfaction or frustration in real time. According to reports, this technology, often associated with emotion AI or affective computing, aims to identify unhappy customers for management intervention before they complain, essentially functioning as in-store surveillance.
I just bought something at Walmart and look what happened at the self-checkout. What's going on? It said I'm automatically connected, but that's not my phone number. That phone number doesn't belong to anybody in my family. So it was my name, but somebody else's phone number that I don't recognize, and I'm pissed off about it because what if I was buying something personal or embarrassing and that receipt got sent to somebody else? If I wanted a digital receipt, I would ask for it myself and I'd put my phone number in, but I don't need Walmart to be automatically connecting me to anything. And I know before y'all say don't go to Walmart no more, y'all tell me where I can find this besides online that I can get it today because I needed it today. That's all. I don't even eat food hardly. This is what I live off of. So if I can't get it today, then I don't want y'all comment and tell me to buy it on Amazon. I know I can get it on Amazon, but I wanted it right now. So
Well, hell, Amazon be just as. I wouldn't want to go to Walmart either, but shit, sometimes I have to. I ain't got time to wait 2 or 3 or maybe a week for it to show up through Amazon. And Amazon it's just like a damn Walmart. They're the only 2 retail stores that's going to really exist. You got one that's online, the other one is physical and is online. Everything else is. But anyway. Let me get back to the video.
that's why I went to Walmart, and I do grocery delivery for them. But I'm annoyed, I'm irritated, and I want to know.
I don't even know why I'm watching this part for. Let me see what else.
It still recognized my transaction, and I got the text receipt. Do they got like camera recognition in the little things that has your? I already know it was in here like 15 minutes ago, but it wasn't even the same register. I wonder what's going on, Walmart. Y'all can't get Apple Pay, but y'all got face recognition.
Walmart has the state-of-the-art technology when it comes down to shoplifting prevention, including facial recognition. It does. Y'all don't believe me? Ask somebody that worked at Walmart. Ask somebody that was in loss prevention. Ask a law enforcement officer in a community that has Walmart, and they will tell you they have it. And is it legal? Yes, it is.
Hey, Walmart, how did you know that I was at your store and emailed me a couple of days ago?
Oh, that's easy. We just tracked you through the Walmart app. You just got location services turned on.
I've never used the Walmart app, and I don't have it installed on my phone. I literally never had it installed on my phone.
Oh, you probably just made a purchase with your debit card, and it's linked to your Walmart account or information that you've given us before.
I actually just walked into the store and then left. I didn't make any purchases.
Oh, then your phone probably connected to the Wi-Fi or something like that.
No, my phone was in my pocket, but I had the Wi-Fi turned off, and I checked the next time I went to your store. I've never connected to Walmart Wi-Fi. It's not like a preferred network or anything.
It might not be a preferred network, but we probably have it associated with your user profile and your email.
Yeah, well, I've never
It's so many ways.
given Walmart this particular email address, except maybe in the context of picking up some medicine for my kids.
Oh, so you have given us this email address before.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that email address would be personally identifiable information under HIPAA and shouldn't be something that you're allowed to use in other aspects of your business, like marketing to me. And also, it doesn't explain how I was connected to my email address in the first place.
Oh, we're definitely just using facial recognition to scan you every time you walk into our store, and then we just connect that to your email address. We don't care about things like privacy, obviously, so we just connect it to your email address. That's it.
And it's not about Walmart. It's really this whole fucking system. Hell, Walmart, they didn't buy this shit. Goddamn, the elite gave this shit. They pretty much control everything. You gotta look bigger than that. I mean, it's just not looking at no. It's like the dude said. It first is at Walmart because they use Walmart as like the testing ground. Then it's gonna be at every other store. Shit, yeah.
Cool. Quick question. Why are all those missing kids posters up at the front of your store? Like, have you not been able to just ID them when they walk into your store?
Yeah, we're not taking any further questions on this
Yeah, that's yeah.
topic.
There's also talk about Walmart having on the shopping carts the ability to read your biometrics, so your heart rate and things like that. Of course, my mind goes to, well, I'm going to wear some kind of crazy gloves so that nobody could read my heart rate. Or, I mean, that may not even work. Bring reusable bags and not even use a shopping cart. But that just goes beyond the point. Why do we have to be here? Why do we have to go through this? You know, I really do have a love-hate relationship with Walmart. I love it because I can go there and do a one-stop shop and get good prices. However, when technology gets pushed so hard, everybody has to decide what is their line in the sand. And I mean, if this is not the line, what is? What does Walmart need to do? What do any of these big retailers need to do in order for people to say, you know what, I'm not going there anymore. In fact, if you've already gotten to that point that the line has been drawn in the sand for you, for Walmart, put the reason why down in the comment section below, because I really would like.
Alright, well anyway, it's bigger than Walmart. This shit gonna be global. We need the Lord, man, to get us out of here, man. I fucking hate every moment of being here. I hate every moment that things are still operating here in America. Shit, the whole world. I want them to lock this bitch down. It's ultimately the Lord that's gonna lock it down, but I want to get locked down. Let's see what else this is about. The tokenization trap. You'll own nothing. They'll control. Anyway, this rest cut off.
My friends, welcome. If the Genius Act opened the doors on the financialization of everything into a tokenized asset class for the new financial system of the future, then the Iran energy crisis is the accelerant that is pushing everyone into it. And I want to talk about what the heck that actually means, what did I just say, and why we should care about it. So, let's talk about it. I'm Christian, and you can find me at unshadowed.org. And I want to start with two examples of relatively high-profile folks that are making this whole thing happen. We'll start with Jeff Bezos investing in a company called Arrived, and then JD Vance and his investment in AcreTrader. So here with Arrived.com, the bottom line is you can now buy pieces of a house and then get dividends based on the rental income for that house. The media has a very rosy way they paint the picture. Here's how you can invest in rental properties without the responsibility of being a landlord. Yeah, don't worry about having to find a tenant and then collect rent from them and kick them out if they get too rowdy and take care of maintenance. No, that's all the problems of yesteryear. Here in the future, don't worry, you don't even have to own the home. We'll do that for you. And we'll pay you a tiny piece of the rent that we get for your property every month. That's the whole model that Arrived.com is creating. Arrived, as the media says, is lowering the barrier to entry for rental property investing, making it simpler and more cost-effective. Now, the price of renting a home in the U.S. has now finally become less expensive than the cost of owning a home. It's the first time it's ever happened. And the energy crisis, which is going to make people's electric bills go up so they won't be able to afford their mortgage, right? There'll be a tremendous amount of turnover, and people will be forced into rentals. And then, don't worry though, you'll be able to buy into another house, a fraction of it, and then benefit from the income of renting it. So this is trying to make it seem like a good thing, like some form of progress, that you'll be able to buy fractions of a home instead of owning your own home, right? It totally is a euphemism for the fact that it's the end of private ownership of homes. Same is true with JD Vance and AcreTrader for farmland. So it's, as the media says, it's a real estate platform that streamlines investing in U.S. farmland. In fact, it makes it possible for investors worldwide to own U.S. farms. We can read down here that AcreTrader is kind of like Uber, right? You don't actually own the car, but you can pay to access it when you want it. AcreTrader, on the other hand, makes it easier for more buyers to gain quick access to something that was usually too expensive for people to own, right? A big farm, hundreds of acres, prime producing land. Most people can't buy that. Just like you can't buy the house. We just heard from Jeff Bezos. Yeah, you can't buy a home anymore, but don't worry, now you can buy a fraction of it. Now you can buy a fraction of a farm. You won't be able to control whether or not they use regenerative methods or whether or not they start using the GMO microbes instead of... No, that's all in the hands of the company that actually owns the asset. But we'll give you a dividend. Maybe, if you're good, if your carbon score is low enough. They're doing this for everything. Here's another example, CarSlice, where you can own a fraction of a vehicle. And that way you get, maybe 1 week a month with the vehicle, as long as you're good. But you don't have to take care of maintenance, and you don't have to trade it in or change the oil, right? This is the future. You don't have to worry about those things. This is exactly what the World Economic Forum said meant when they said, you'll own nothing. If you ask them now, that landed poorly with people, understandably. And so if you ask them now, you can read right here, Adrian Monk, the WEF's managing director, says, we didn't really mean that. That was a far-right conspiracy theory meme. It came from, they literally say that thing came from 4chan. No, that came from this article. Welcome to 2030. I own nothing. I have no privacy, and life's never been better. It's such progress here. And they make it clear. I don't own anything. I don't own a car. I use CarSlice. I don't own a house. I use Arrived. I don't own any appliances or any clothes. Yeah, I don't know yet that there's a clothes as a service, but I'm sure Amazon.com will be offering it up real soon now. You can see they're actually executing on this agenda. They call it a far-right conspiracy 4chan meme, and they're building the apps that are making it happen at the same time. All right, and we heard this also from Sam Altman when he said, I think in the future AI is going to be like a utility, right, where you just pay for the intelligence that you need. Completely the description of everything. You only pay for the car when you need it. You only pay for... He's able to say that so confidently because he, like Jeff Bezos and like JD Vance, are aware of what's going on, and they're aware that they want to be the people that actually own everything you will be forced to pay, and maybe they'll give you access to. Now, where it gets really crazy is when things are tokenized. That's when they've sliced everything up, and then they give you a token that pays off. But now it's based on certain rules. I own a slice of a hospital, and it pays a dividend if their health outcomes maintain at a certain level, or if they hit certain vaccination targets, for example. I own a slice of my school, but it only pays off if the students have an average test score of XYZ. I own a piece of my neighborhood, but it only pays our dividend if the AI cameras that we've installed to keep our neighborhood clean through this new beautiful token economy sees no trash in anyone's lawn, notices that we're all mowing our lawn, makes sure no one is driving their car on days they're not supposed to, as far as the new energy-saving regulations. All of these things turn ownership of an asset, which used to be a sovereign right? Property rights were back to the Magna Carta. But no. Now it's all a tokenized asset, and it will only pay out if certain rules are followed. The question then is, who makes the rules? Because it's not us. It's the World Economic Forum through their stakeholder capitalism partners. It's BlackRock and the people that actually own the assets on the back end of this. It's the folks who at the NGOs that craft the ESG scores. Right? You can own a share in a company, but you only get your dividend if the company hits its ESG targets. Here's another example, Single.Earth, where they construct digital twins of everything, much like Climate Trace monitors emissions data, supposedly from satellites, and keeps track of everyone on the planet and how much greenhouse gas they're emitting, which is all nonsense, I always have to say. Single.Earth is similar. They have a special AI model that keeps track of how environmentally friendly practices are, and if you are sufficiently friendly, then your investment will pay out. You can read down here from one investor who says, "Hi there, Single.Earth offers an excellent opportunity to earn additional income from forests." I'm sorry, when were we supposed to be earning income from forests? The return I want on a forest is the ability to go out there and enjoy it, and sit there and listen to the birds, and build a fire with my son, and cook some meat, right? That's how I derive value from a forest. Not by owning a fractionalized, tokenized share of it on a blockchain that maybe I get a dividend if it captures enough carbon every quarter. This is a totally backward vision of the future. And that's what they're building. So the people that make the rules are then also the people that maintain the digital twins, the big tech companies that run the AI models. These are
these the guys that are going to be controlling everything. These tech guys. Yeah.
The folks who decide
a bunch of fucking psychopaths
whether or not your assets will have value, and indeed whether or not you'll even have access to them. It makes me think of Baron Rothschild, who said, "If I control the issuance of a currency of a nation, then I care not who make the laws." Only BlackRock is one-upping Rothschild and saying, if we control the rules on your tokenized assets, I care not what currency you use. It could be dollars, it could be renminbi, it could be yuan, whatever.
It's all hooked up on one system. Yeah.
And sure, use Bitcoin for all I care, because I have my thumb, they say, on whether or not you get your dividends, on how the ESG scores are concocted, on what your personal carbon tracker level has to be before you even have access to your bank account.
An ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So individual carbon footprint tracker. Stay tuned. We don't have it operational yet, but this is something that we're working on.
Yep.
What a devil. Shit.
They've been saying that for a long time, and now we see why. Because this is not just the Great Taking. It is the Great Taking. That's the first step here, and the energy crisis is going to make everything so skewed and force so many people to liquidate all sorts of assets that's how they're going to roll everybody into these new classes of assets. But it's the programmable, digital twin-based, they control the rules on these assets that will allow them to perfect control over behavior. So as I said in my last video, centralization is always a bad thing, and especially this level of control over the entire planet's.
And they're going to ultimately want you to get microchipped, implanted with a microchip, either in your hand, which be your right hand or your left hand, your feet, left foot, right foot, cheeks, we're talking about your butt cheeks. If you like it weird like that, your butt cheeks, whatever, titties, big titties, small titties. And for a man with man boobs, hell, y'all can get him too. Shit. But mainly in your right hand or in your left hand, but in your brain. I'm just being a little silly, but you know how people be acting like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna get my chip in the butt cheeks. Well, guess what? Still nuke coming for your ass, nigga. It's funny ass. Anyway, well, like you're saying, man, it doesn't matter where you're getting the chip implant, the basic one, the ones that's about the size of a grain of rice. Hey, they gonna want that shit in you, and they really like to have that brain chip inside you too. But that's what they really want.
Everything. Nature, your personal carbon footprint.
And you better not get it, because if you get it, your ass gonna be grass. You're gonna be mowed over by that Lake of Fire lawnmower.
Your schools, education outcomes. Your health insurance is another example, tokenized insurance, where, yeah, we'll cover your health expenses as long as you don't smoke and don't eat meat and take so many steps a day instead of using a car. Right? You can see there is no end to the amount of rules that they could.
It's like we'll count how much you're using water, how much you're, doing this and doing that, and if you don't surpass the amount, then you're eligible for, I don't know, something.
Imposed on.
They gonna track how much you're using your water, and they gonna put like a cap on that shit, and how much you breathing air. Yeah, they gonna find out how much you're breathing air, how much you're inhaling and exhaling, and there's gonna be a cap on that. Man, we gotta get the fuck out of here. They'll be counting how many heartbeats, and they be like, you gotta make your heart been beating too many times. You know what I'm saying? You're not eligible for whatever the fuck you want, whatever the hell it is. We got to get out of here, man.
Your assets, once you're in this
I say that's some ridiculous shit, but that's how Esau will be. Ridiculous. He a fucking nigga.
A tokenized financial system. And there's nothing that keeps them from constantly changing those rules once you're in it. They could just have an expiration date on their programmable currency, and then the next issuance of it has slightly different rules. And yes, the Genius Act made this all possible by making it legal for big institutions to trade these sorts of digital dollars and have the kind of token liquidity that they'll use to power this whole thing. It's all legal now. But, folks, they can't tokenize my garden. They can't tokenize...
Well, you have to register for that shit. And then if you don't register for it, they see you got a garden, guess what? They're going to bring that drone over with some pesticide or herbicide. Yeah, herbicide, really. Well, both. They're just going to poison the shit out, spray it up, and then probably drop a bomb on your ass.
My tomatoes, right? Real ownership of the things you grow in your backyard.
And it's not like that shit going to save your ass. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with having a garden, but this shit ain't going to save you, nigga. It ain't going to save you. Shit, no. Because this place is about, hey, man, your goddamn garden, his garden is about to get destroyed by nuclear destruction. These people don't know what's coming, bro. But hey, if you believe what's coming is coming, like I said, like nuclear destruction, America being utterly destroyed, consider yourself blessed and be thankful you got this, the heads up. Give praise all Yahweh Shema Shah. Let's get to the next video. Tokenized, goddamn everything tokenized. Shit is getting crazy out here.
So what I thought would happen, and I was afraid of happening, looks like it is now happening. Donald Trump just made the announcement recently, and everyone needs to pay attention to this. America is our homeland and it will be protected. The 2026 counterterrorism report prioritizes eliminating cartel networks, targeting foreign terrorist organizations, cracking down on domestic extremist groups like Antifa. Peace through strength. The part that you need to focus on is this one. Because this isn't just about Antifa. This is the new announcement that came from the White House. They have now announced
peace through strength. I swear I heard something like that on for TV show. I guess it probably was here. I mean, because we live in a fucking TV show or something. I don't know. Peace through strength. Yeah.
Their United States counterterrorism
fake ass peace. Fake ass peace
strategy for 2026. And there is one part in particular that we all need to pay attention to, and that's this one. Let's go to page 6. The threat. See, remember when I was telling you about Palantir? So let's see who Donald Trump says the threat is. Funny, he mentions we must protect our nation from human trafficking and doesn't even, again, no accountability for Epstein and doesn't want to release all the Epstein files. Hilarious. Listen to this. Under the leadership of President Trump, America is again the world's most powerful nation with the largest economy in history, the most advanced technologies, and the bravest and most skilled war fighters the world has ever seen. Imagine bragging about war fighters during a time when more Americans are anti-war. This newfound strength has been amply demonstrated by historic operations such as neutralization of the Iranian nuclear threat under Operation Midnight Hammer and Operation Epic Fury, and the arrest and rendition of Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro under Operation Absolute Resolve. But the terrorist threat has changed. Pay attention, guys. We face new categories and combinations of violent actors that make the established ways of doing counterterrorism insufficient or obsolete. We face a multiplicity of deadly threats from terror groups and non-state actors, often secretly supported by governments who wish to undermine us. And this is the part I want to
highlight. That remind me, what they talking about? Anybody who dressed all in black, they consider to be a terrorist, a domestic terrorist in America. And it'd be, I guess, Antifa. This is much bigger than Antifa, bro. They looking at every American as a terrorist. Yeah.
Highlight here.
And guess what? Every American will be considered a terrorist, especially the ones who's protesting for food. They want their lights back on. They want everything to go back to normal. Yeah, because since they going through this lockdown and shit. Oh yeah, it's going down, baby. Oh yeah.
Currently, we face 3 major type of terror groups. Let me put this here. Actually, these 2. Narco-terrorists and transnational gangs, right? So, of course, they're talking about...
Yeah, pretty much they want... Nah, they're going to have to add the list that hungry people, hungry, starving Americans, they're terrorists too. And then Americans that's reading books and shit, or reading the Bible. Reading the Bible, street teaching from out the Bible. Yeah. If it's some punk ass Christians or Hebrew Israelites, no, black Hebrew Israelites, yeah, we're considered to be terrorists. And we just reading out the Bible and preaching the truth, exposing the devil, who they truly are, which is these niggers. Esau, he's a so-called white man, but he's not white. He's ran a baby dick sucking Jewish faggot nigger, Amalek. Yeah, exposing these niggers. But damn. Oh yeah, the list goes on and on. It ain't just about no left-wing extremists and all that shit. Man, the biggest terrorists that Esau got his eyes on is men that's out in the highways and the byways preaching and teaching the truth and calling out Esau and Amalek. Yeah. And calling the names Yahweh Shema Shah too. And all you Israelites that's watching us, that's another thing. They're going to be considered y'all as terrorists too. Yep. Guilty of association. But that's okay, man. Fear the Lord. Don't fear these niggas. These niggas ain't got shit on shit. No.
Cartel here.
But the list should be a lot longer than this.
This the second one. Legacy Islamist terrorists.
Huh?
And third,
legacy?
Violent.
What is legacy? Like a continuous? I don't know.
Left-wing extremists, including anarchists and anti-fascists. Did you guys hear what I just said?
Ain't it funny? It's on anti-fascists. But hell, people that be on the left be calling them niggas anti-fascists. Or no, they call them fascists. I mean to say.
Anarchists and anti-fascists. Being anti-fascist isn't a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. You should not support fascism. So, let me tell you what I think. Let's go to the second one first. Legacy Islamist terrorists. This can span to different organizations because let me tell you, they can say those are the pro-Palestinian protesters. They can start going after groups like Answer Coalition, which organizes a lot of these massive protests that we see across the United States. They can go after them. And they can say that they're Islamist terrorists or they're supporting Islamist terrorists. This is why the framing is very important. If you notice, Marco Rubio...
Oh, yeah, another thing, too. Speaking about the black Hebrew Israelites, they're going to tie in this truth in with the Islam. I don't say how we connect to the Islam. Hell, we read the Bible. We don't read the Quran. We don't give a fuck about no musty-ass Quran. The Quran ain't got nothing to do with the truth. Ain't calling out no prophecies or nothing. But they going to try to tie it in with Islam. Shit. One way or another, they going to try to do it. Or either they going to just come with that sword and just say, fuck it. Let's go get them. Fucking niggers.
And Donald Trump and alike, if you notice, they keep referring to the pro-Palestinian protesters as anti-Israel or pro-Hamas. And they're
the biggest terrorists of them all. Amalek. Them Israeli niggers.
Been doing
them
that.
Jewish niggers. Yeah.
Intentionally. They're saying that they're pro-Hamas so that they can later come after them with something like this. Everybody needs to pay attention. Because this is what I was afraid was going to
They're
happen.
only doing this because the truth is being told of who they are, and they're in there. They trying to lock. Well, this is private prophecy anyway. But this devil here is running out of time, and he got to lock shit down. And it's not like it's too late now. God damn. I mean, ain't nothing he can do about it. The truth is out there. And this is going to lead to the famine of the word, too. Just to mention that. Because what did she say? The title was Free Speech? Yeah. Trump is gutting free speech.
Happen. So yes, that would include groups like Answer Coalition. They can come after them. Think about all the protests, not just for pro-Palestine protests, but also the No War with Iran protests. If they wanted to, and I mean, they got Palantir and almost all these branches of government now, they can track everyone's cell phone who was at those protests and deem them domestic terrorists and come after them.
And there'll be a drone for everybody to get either gunned down or either get blown up.
This is also why you need to be against the state surveillance. They can track everything, especially if you have a smartphone. I don't care what you...
Or a microchip implant, which you definitely don't want to get. Shit.
If you
get that shit, it's game over for you already. And the Lord gonna kill your ass.
That just because you turn off your location, that doesn't mean anything. They can still track you. And then there's cookies on all of these websites that you may visit. Let's get to the next part. Violent left-wing extremists, including anarchists and anti-fascists.
I'm going to start right there. If you want to watch the rest of the video, be my guest. They go to title, they go to channel. What we got? Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh, God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, but that's coming, nor thirst for water, but that's coming too, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord Yahweh, and shall not find it. In that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. So that famine of word is near. It's building up. They don't want to hear this no more, the truth anymore, because they're being exposed. Yep. Let me get to another one. Anybody cut off the internet or either come after people. And when they come after people for saying the wrong thing, boy, it's going to be that time you're going to have to be silent. Because that time is near. Let me see. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. And get to verse 5. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get, and a time to lose, a time to keep, and a time to cast away, a time to rend, and a time to sow, a time to keep silent. Shh. You don't want to say the things we used to say now, cause then especially you gonna have people that gonna tell on you. If you see something, say something. If you hear something that sounds odd as against the system, call this number hotline 1-800. I don't know the numbers, but I'm just saying, making up stuff. But they'll say if you find somebody that's a family member saying things that's against the establishment of Esau, call this number, and there'll be some money for you telling on that person, family member, friend. Whatever, whoever, it doesn't matter. Call and you'll get some money. Shit, yeah. They gonna throw that money out on people. You get $1,000 for telling on your family member or friend. Man. Anyway, and time to speak, which that's now. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. Well, that time of peace and love never existed. Shit. And it ain't never coming until the Lord comes and destroy this wicked society. But right now, this wicked society still existing, and the time of hate and war is building up more and more. So best thing you need to do is seek the Lord. Seek Yahweh Shema Shah and repent, and pray the Lord give you the strength to endure and the mercy. That's mercy already when the Lord give you strength. Let's get to this one. Is it Buddy Brown?
Top of the morning, y'all. Minnesota Stan has just passed a law restricting how certain classic cars and certain classic trucks can legally be driven. In Minnesota, your old vehicle is now only acceptably approved for, I'm trying to think what it was. There's like exhibitions, parades, repairs, or the occasional pleasure driving. But we'll let you know when that is. What?
Hold on, this nigga here talking too fast. Might as well put it on normal speed.
Just passed a law Top of the morning, y'all. Minnesota Stan has just passed a law restricting how certain classic cars and certain classic trucks can legally be driven. In Minnesota, your old vehicle is now only acceptably approved for, I'm trying to think what it was. There's like exhibitions, parades, repairs, or the occasional pleasure driving. But we'll let you know when that is. What that?
So your old hoopty, your classic is considered to be only for these occasion driving. Fuck these motherfuckers.
Means is somewhere in American government right now, some anal-dwelling butt monkey looked at a beautiful square body sitting next to a barn, on a crisp sunset, and thought, we better regulate this before somebody experiences freedom without supervision. Now, before we all say, buddy, this is only for, cars without a classic tag, you just register it normally,
you give them 1 inch, they gonna want a mile.
Gonna be fine. You may be right, but you cannot tell me this doesn't open the door to remove them permanently off our roads forever, because that's what they're trying to do. Y'all, I just checked this morning. In the last 15 years on this channel, I've done 711 videos. 711? I couldn't resist. 711 videos. And this is one of the craziest things we've ever covered. You gotta ask yourself though, why is every single normal blue-collar activity now being treated like it's a public safety concern? Why do they treat us like this? Stores can't stop theft or crime, and half the country smells like weed and urine, but
I can agree with that. It'd be smelling like weed a lot. Everywhere you go when you driving, goddamn. There'd be somebody right in front of you smoking reefer. You can smell it through your window. Shit, it's like everywhere you go. Shit.
Instead, let's get the government out there to go after a 61-year-old.
Yeah, the old job I worked night shift, everybody was smoking weed, and most of the people working there were Edomites, white folk. All them niggas smoking weed. Damn, they be in the parking lot. I'm like, damn, y'all niggas be eating food. Y'all just in there smoking weed, and then y'all eat later. Yeah.
Man who's just got fishing poles hanging out of the back of his truck bed, and he's going to his favorite fishing hole. Let's harass him. And y'all know who keeps making these rules? People whose hardest task of the entire day is putting together some outdoor patio furniture while drinking cucumber water. These are the kind of people that panic when the printer makes a funny sound. That's who's making these laws. So I just want to say to any police officer up in Minnesota right now, if you pull over a man who's driving a classic car, a classic truck, and you write him up and give him a ticket, it should be perfectly legal for us to put a 6-foot-long rainbow all the way across the back of your bumper, take your profile picture, and post it to Grindr. Because that's exactly where you need to be, big boy, for pulling an old man over and giving him a ticket. Well, I'm just enforcing the law. Yeah, well, so is the Gestapo. This 1985 Chevy right here has survived mud and tornadoes and bad gas like 7 presidents, and now...
Bad gas? Shit, well, that's right. They getting worse. I forgot about the E15. Shit.
Sebastian from the...
Fuck people engines up, fuel injection and all that shit. Fuel injection or either damn carburetors.
Feelings doesn't think it's safe enough to drive. And Lord help the first officer that tries to pull over my Uncle Ray Ray for like excessive enjoyment of a pickup truck. I could just see how that goes right now. You know, the officers, sir, this vehicle is restricted to occasional pleasure driving. My Uncle Ray Ray would be like, well, you're just gonna have to write me another ticket. Just go ahead and write 2 because I'll be back through here in an hour. And look, I know what y'all are thinking. This has got to do with the new Green Deal. They're pushing for new green energy and stuff like that. I call BS on all of it. I think it's because these old trucks right here represent one of the last physical pieces of old America that the government can't track. Have y'all thought about that? Their sick little Hunger Games are about to start pretty soon, and you know, if we're out here running around like Super Mario after he gets the star feeling invincible, you can't track us in this thing. They got a problem with that. Because, fun fact, you can't remotely take over and crash a classic car. They hate the old cars because that's the...
But hey, they can fuck with the gas. make that shit fuck your engine up. You take that, put that damn ethanol, 15 ethanol in. Shit, it's probably higher than that. They don't even tell you that.
America before every human experience became scan this or update that, verify this, accept cookies, create a password, prove you're not a robot. It's time for mass non-compliance up there in Minnesota.
Now, it's time for Yahweh Shema Shah, man, to destroy this bitch and gather his elect. I'm tired of this place, but whatever. I'm gonna end this video. Let me get a scripture. Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is like they practice, because it is in the part of hand. All the shit they showing in the videos, all these videos, yeah, it's all been planned out from, what was it, what was the first thing they talking about? Okay, they were talking about, whoa, yeah, Walmart, that shit with the Walmart, and was it the facial recognition, emotional facial recognition technology, whatever the hell, and tokenizing trap, and was it tokenizing? I don't know what they tokenizing everything, shit, and free speech, and it's gone and shit. Something to do with they classifying anybody as a terrorist, and this shit. And it's just in one state. Wait, see, they start off in one state, then they're gonna work their way from all the states. Yep. You're not allowed to drive your classic vehicles only on a certain day. Man, fuck you. I got a classic vehicle. I don't even know, I can't do nothing with that shit. It's gonna be costing too much money to get it fixed or get back on the road. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck anyway. I want a Chariot. Fuck a damn fucking gas guzzling, fucking premium burning, high octane burning vehicle. Fuck that shit. I want a Chariot. Let's get this last. Oh, I ain't even finished. And they cover fields and take them by violence in houses and take them away. So they oppress a man at his house, even a man his heritage. Yep. And wait till they bring out them chip implants. It's gonna be big time oppression. But when they bring the chip implants, you better not get that shit. Your ass is through. But it's absolutely gonna be oppressing and depressing when they implement that bitch, and you have to duck and dodge from that shit, from Esau and all these people that want you to get the chip. And hey, pray like heaven, Lord, give you the strength to endure. Last video. Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. Oh yeah, roadblocks, martial law. The city's gonna lock down.
Look, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna say what everybody's thinking, so be prepared. Look, with that fucking cruise ship, I'm gonna tell you right now, I done lived through COVID. I swear to God, I'm never going back to that. That was the worst time ever in history that I had to deal with as a human in this fucking country. The way people walked around with stupid ass homemade, fucking breathing apparatuses and stupid 6 foot. I won't do it again. I won't. I'm at the point now, I'm sorry. If your family's on that boat, everything else, me personally, I say, make it an artificial reef. Sorry, I don't want to live through COVID again. I'm just saying what everybody's thinking. I'm saying, make that motherfucker an artificial reef. Let it go. I don't care. COVID done fucked me up so bad, I don't want to go back. And they will use this fucking shit as another COVID 2.0, and I'm not going back. I don't give a fuck. Send it down. Send it down. Let the fish have another home. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm not living through COVID again. With this fucking guy in charge again, another virus, the way he's doing now, fucking gas prices already over $5. No, fuck no. Nope. I'll push the button. I'll push the button. I don't give a fuck. Send it. Send it the fuck down. I don't give a fuck.
And that's the type of spirit you need to be in, not give a fuck. Heck yeah. Anyway, that's all I got, man. Seek Yahweh Shema Shah by seeking his prophets and take heed what to say and try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah by praying Yahweh Shema Shah, praising Yahweh Shema Shah, worshiping Yahweh Shema Shah, fearing Yahweh Shema Shah, and repenting to Yahweh Shema Shah. To all the men out there pushing this truth and nothing but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Keep on preaching, keep on teaching, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble. And for you few sisters out there taking heed, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble, stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order. Yahweh Shema Shah. Peace and bless to the hopeful elect and all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.